In this video, I'm going to prove you that most of your complaints are worthless and they fail to make sense. If this sounds interesting, let's get right into it. So, many people dislike their jobs, dislike friends that they have, dislike things that they own, such as cars or their house. They dislike something about it, and they often complain about it. But when you ask them about it, they say, but I have to work, but I have to help my friend to find a job because I have to. I'm his friend or her. Alright? They use that excuse in order to just keep doing the same thing and just being not really satisfied with it, right? They say, well, I have to do it, right? I have to work. But I don't think that is quite true, because you do not actually need to do all of the things that you say you have to do. Let me give you an example. You do not need a car. Public transport can take you around. It is not that big of a problem. Now, if you actually answer the question, why do you still want to keep the car, right? If you don't need it, why wouldn't you get rid of it? It takes your money, takes some, you need to take care of it. Why don't you sell it? Why don't you give it away, right? You actually prefer to keep it. And so now, if you prefer to keep it and you complain about it, it's basically complain against what you want, right? You want to keep that car, but you complain about it. So when you do that, you basically dissatisfy yourself with what you have, because you say what I have is bad, what I have is not good enough, right? So but again, you aren't ready to give it up. You aren't willing to just get rid of it. Like, tell your boss that you aren't enjoying what you do in your workplace. Why don't you tell them that you do not like the job that you do? Why not? Because you actually choose to do the job, right? You actually choose to work there. Now, again, when we complain, we really dissatisfy ourselves, we make ourselves unhappy with what we have, with what we choose to do, with what we actually like. It's our wants. All of the things that I've listed, it's our wants. Because again, you can walk, you can take a bus. You don't really need to um, work in order to survive, because there are people who survive without working, right? You choose to do it yourself, but you also choose to complain about it. And that is really absurd, because you just really make yourself unhappy. You tell yourself that what you choose to do isn't right. So there's this kind of break of connection here, because you kind of choose to do it, but you also choose to dislike it when you complain about it. So here's my solution. If you want to actually improve something, do not complain. Just avoid complaints in any possible ways. You need to work in order to make some improvements. You need to focus on solutions. When you can really see what you need to improve, you can write it down if you need to. You can make a plan and then get to action. Do not complain, because you make it worse. You make yourself unhappier. You don't change anything in a positive way. You just become unhappier with what you have, with the things that you would like to improve. Okay? So do not complain, and think of the solution and get to action. Just simply get to action. Improve, even if it is small improvement, focus on it. Do it. If you actually want to change something, you don't really like something, Go ahead and change something in a positive way. Do not complain. Alright, if this was useful, please drop a like, subscribe to this channel, and as always, see you in the next video.